Good evening, everybody. Thank you for joining. Sunil here. Can you hear me? Please confirm me in the chat box. Thank you, Sunil. Thank you, Baka. Thank you, Likita. Thank you, Santosh, Girish. Thank you, the Priyadarshi. Thank you, one and all. Okay. Let's stop the chat so that we can focus on the training. Okay. So in the last session, we have introduced, we understood how exactly Git behaves with respect to managing the source code. As per Git, there are three types of files, isn't it? Untracked files, staged files, and committed files, isn't it? So we have seen how exactly we need developers will move the files to the staging area. From the staging area, ultimately the files should be moved to the a local repository. So we have seen that process. Okay. In today's session, I will be introducing a new concept of Git that's called as branching. So before getting into the concepts of branching, let's have a quick discussion this time with Sujata. Hi, Sujata. Good evening. How are you doing?
Good evening, Sunil. I'm fine, thank you. How are you doing?
Doing well, thank you. You're from which location and your
I'm
experience, please?
I am from IP. I have 8 years of experience in Infosys.
Okay.
So working in Bangalore. Present, I'm staying in AP.
Okay. Yes.
I'm working in Infosys. I have 8 years of experience as a technical support engineer.
Okay.
So coming to my question is, yesterday in last class we have seen the three type of Git files, right? So one is untracked file and staging file, and the last one is local repository.
Yes, you are
So
right.
may I know the differences between these three, and what is the main use of these three files? Is it mandatory for Git?
Okay. Okay. 1 minute.
Sure, thank
You can see my screen, isn't it?
you. Yeah.
Okay. Now your question is what is the why actually point is in fact more than difference what you need your question is why are we doing this?
Yeah, correct.
Isn't it? When I
Yeah,
say we,
version
when I say
controlling, it means like Git means it's a version controlling. So we could see updated sourcing code and all, but why we need these three things?
okay. In fact, it is whose responsibility to move the files from the untracked section to the staging area. From the staging area, we need to move the files to the developers.
Yeah,
Who will be doing this?
developers will do this.
Purely developers. It is developers who are responsible for building the source code, developing the source code, isn't it, Sujata? Isn't it?
Correct, correct.
So when you are implementing DevOps methodology, okay, you have but see, for example, let's say you're not depending on Git, Sujata. Okay, let's say you are a developer, you're not depending on Git. Okay, client is giving you a requirement as per requirements. You are developing the source code. Okay, day two, the next conference call, client changes the requirements again as per the new requirements. What you do, Sujata? You again change the source
Fine.
code.
That's good. Correct.
Then next call, the client says that we are not happy with the new requirements. The previous requirements we are happy. Okay. So what you have to do now? You
Again,
have
we
to
have
roll
to
back
go back.
roll back the code to that particular status. Isn't it?
Correct,
Am I
correct.
right?
Yeah,
You have to roll back the source code. What does that mean? That means you need to remember what all the changes you have done to your source code at that particular first conference call, and to that particular status your code should have. Agree?
agree.
Can we do this manually?
Manually, it is not possible. It's
Practically
risky.
impossible,
Huh.
isn't it?
Yes.
So you have to depend on this. So when developer performs this untracked to staging area, finally developer's target is to move his files to the local
Local.
repository. Once the his source code is available in the local repository, then he can take the advantage of Git tool. Okay, like rolling back the source code to the previous
One thing,
version.
Sunil. So then we can finally we can have only one no local repository itself. Why we need untracked files and staging? We are moving
This
untracked
is the
files to
Git
staging it.
architecture. This is
Oh,
the Git
okay,
architecture.
okay, fine.
Okay. Now your question is,
Hmm.
why are we moving the files to staging area from the staging
Huh,
area to local
the local
repository?
repository.
No, this is the architecture. Can we directly move to local repository? Even that is
It
not
is not
possible.
possible.
That's how the Git is designed.
Okay,
Okay, by default, what do you mean by untracked? That means
we can.
Git, Git, Git is not able to track those code.
Correct.
Okay, that's why it's untracked. Git is not able to track it.
Hmm.
Now, when you want Git to track it, you have to move it into local repository.
Okay, but one thing,
And
local
how
repository
can we?
means only one person can have the access in their
Yeah,
system,
when I
or
say
for example,
local repository, this is local to individual developer.
huh,
Okay.
for example, developers, no, individual developers only. For a team, for example, if we have a 4 or 5 developers.
Yeah. 1 minute, Sujata.
Hmm.
Okay, so let's have a pictorial representation. Developer 1 laptop, developer 2 laptop, developer 3 laptop. Get it?
Yeah.
Let's say 3 developers are sharing the responsibility of developing the source code, Sujata. Okay,
Hmm.
isn't it?
Yeah,
Okay.
correct.
1 minute. Give me a minute, please. So this is developer 1. Developer 2. Let's a group of 3 developers. It can be 3 developers or 10 developers. So all these developers are assuming they're building a web application. Okay. Let's say developer 1 is involved in login page creation, contact us page. Developer 2 is involved in registration page, services page. Developer 3 is involved in some other pages. Clear?
Yeah.
So when developer creates some source code, so what there will be by default, every file is an untracked file. What developer 1 will do? He'll move the
Staging.
files to a staging area. From the staging area, he'll move the files
Local.
to the local repository. Developer again, this is local to his machine. Developer 2 will have local repository. Developer 3 will also move the files to the
Local repository.
this is from individual. We are learning from individual developer point of view.
Okay.
Once all the developers have moved their files into the local repository, but if you want to deliver the entire project, there should be one centralized location where the complete source code should be available. Am I right, Sujata?
Yeah, correct.
Isn't it? There will
Yeah,
be one
correct.
centralized location where everybody will push the files into one centralized location, so that the entire
Correct.
project will be available in one centralized location. That is called as a remote repository that Winways will discuss later.
Okay. Okay,
This is
fine.
how
Fine.
you need
Got
to.
it.
This is how the developer should perform the build activity. Okay.
Okay.
So DevOps is all about right from managing the complete development cycle, right from source code building to delivery. That's why we are called as build and release engineers. Even though we don't need that, we don't do that. Sujata, we never move the files to the staging area and staging area to local repository. It's purely developer will do that.
Developers.
But as a DevOps engineer, you will be instructing the developers to do this.
Okay.
Okay. Why?
Yes.
From once the complete entire code is available in the remote repository, now what is the next step? We'll explain step by step. You'll understand it. You'll have more day by day your exposure towards how exactly the software code, right from coding, how exactly building the artifact and deploying, how exactly automation happens. Your exposure keeps on growing. Okay, clear? Did I
Thanks, Sunil.
answer your
Clear.
question?
Yeah, correct. I'm clear now. Thanks,
Thank you.
Sunil. Thank you
Thank
so
you,
much.
Sujata. Kumar Raja.
Hi, Sunil.
Good evening.
Good evening, Sunil. Hope you're. Are you doing? How are you doing? That's my
Doing
question.
well, thank you. How are you?
I'm great. I've done a hands-on on yesterday. So whatever class
Very
you
good.
did.
Very good.
So I got 3 doubts on that.
Mhm.
First is what is the need of configuration of username and ID?
Okay. No, let me answer your first question. Okay. Look at this diagram.
Mm-hmm.
Developer 1 is creating some 10 files.
Mm-hmm.
Developer 2 is creating 10 more files. Developer 3 is creating 10 more files. Total, how many files are developed for the entire project? 30 files.
30 files.
Am I right, Kumar?
Yes.
But if you want to deliver the complete project, all the developers should upload their 30 files into one centralized location. Okay, isn't it?
Yes.
What is
Yes.
the central location? What is the centralized location? What is this called as, and how to push the files from the local repository to the centralized remote repository? I'll explain later. But one centralized location is there where the complete project is available. Now, entire 30 files are available in the remote centralized location, Kumar, isn't it?
Okay.
Now, how to identify which file is built by which developer?
Okay.
Hmm?
Okay.
Did you
So
understand, Kumar? How
yeah.
to identify which file is developed by which developer? It's not possible, right? When you
Yeah.
configure that along with the files, the configuration information will also be uploaded. So when you select a particular file, you can see a hint message saying that who is that particular user dot email and email configured behind that particular file, so that you can track it. Okay. Did
Okay.
you understand?
Yes. One more on
Did I
that.
answer? Hmm.
I had accidentally I didn't add global and just write the username and all. It worked, and then why we go with global? Is there a specific reason on that?
It's always recommended to global. Just follow the standard practices. That's always good. Okay.
Oh, okay. Okay, and last question. That for add, I have used both star and dot. Both work. So, is there any specific like we have a APT and a YUM repository that's a difference, or something like that is going on with it?
Please use dot. Okay. Star we used in dot git ignore file. So please use dot. Okay.
Thank you, Sunil. That's all from my side.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Kumar Raja, can I have a quick discussion with you? Kumar Raja, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Can I have a quick discussion with you?
Yeah.
What is working directory?
Where where the developer used to store their files.
Where developer will store this. How to convert a folder into a working directory?
Using init.
Perfect. Init. What are the observations of init?
We get a git folder
In the working directory?
in directory,
Hmm.
and also in that UI we get a master with that file. Sorry.
Terminal. In the terminal, you'll find something called master. That's the two important observations. Okay. As per Git, how many types of files we have?
We have three types of files. There are untracked, then staged, then comes committed.
How to move the files from the untracked section to staging area?
For that, we used to do git add.
Git add, mention the file name, or dot if you want to move all the files to the staging area. How to move the files from the staging area to local repository?
For that, we do commit m and with a message git commit.
Git commit is the command which helps you to move the files to the local repository. How to see list of all the commits?
To list of all the commits, we use log.
Git log.
Yes, git log.
Latest commit is called as?
It's called as head.
Perfect. Latest commit is called as a head commit. Every commit will have a unique number. That's called as a commit ID. Perfect.
Yeah.
Isn't it? Okay. 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 Now, not yet completed, Kumar. So I want to have continuation to discussion with you. Okay. So I want to explain you the concept of branching. There's something called branching in Git. Okay. A developer may be involved in single functionality. A developer sometimes may be involved in multiple functionalities. Okay. One developer, can he involved in multiple functionalities, Kumar?
Yes.
Okay. A developer is involved in multiple functionalities. Example, assuming a web application project, a developer is involved in developing a login page. Okay. Functionality one, a developer is also involved in something like a contact us page. Okay. Like this, developer may involved in multiple functionalities. Functionality can be specific to page. Functionality can be specific to module. We can differentiate the functionality up to the complexity of the application, but try to understand developer works on multiple functionalities. Okay. Say, let's say developer for completing the login page, he's creating some files f1, f2, and f3. He's creating files. Yesterday we have seen how to create 1.java, 2.java, isn't it? Something similar to it. To achieve the login page, he's creating some files like f1, f2, and f3. Okay. To complete the contact us page, he's creating something like f4, f5, and f6. Like this, the source code, when developer works on multiple functionalities, okay, it's always good practice. It's always good practice to create a branch what a developer should do. We will be instructing the developers to create a branch whenever he is working on a new functionality. Okay, so branching helps in modularizing the source code, modularity, having a division in the source code. Now let's have some understanding about the concept of branching, which is very, very important. Let's try to understand the concept of branching feature is in Git, which is very, very important. Branching, this feature is provided in Git so that developers, the branching feature used by the developers so that they can create the code related to different functionalities on separate branches. This concept of branching helps the development team to create a code in uncluttered way. For example, I am creating some files related to uh, morning batch. I'm creating some files related to evening batch. So what I'm doing, I'm creating happily a separate folders. Have you observed here?
Yes.
There's a folder called morning 4:35 folder. This is where I place 5 files to 4:30 batch, and there is a 6 p.m. batch where I place the 4 files related to 6 p.m. batch. So what I'm doing, so files related to 6 p.m. I'm placing in one folder, files related to 4:30 p.m. placing in different folder. So what I'm doing, I'm creating folders so that I can place the files in uncluttered way. As simple as that. When developer creates the files, don't dump, will not ask the developers to completely dump all the files in one specific branch. It's always better to create branches and place the files in the different branches. So branching is very, very important. Okay, so it helps you to create the code in uncluttered way. Later, if required, you can merge the branch to the master branch. We can merge the old new child branches to the master branch. The default branch of Git is master. So branching helps the developers to create a code in an uncluttered way. When developers creates the code for a new functionality, we always mention them to create the branch and place the files in the new branch. Clear, Kumar? Did you understand the concept of branching? This will be much more clear when we get into the practicals of branching. Okay. Thank you. Look at this. Again, the same explanation. Let's say developer is involved in home page, developer is involved in services page, developer is creating involved in contractors page. Assuming each page is a specific functionality, he's creating some files related to functionality 1, he's creating the files related to functionality 2, he's creating the files in functionality 3. When developer creates the files for multiple functionalities, it's always better to create branches. It's always not better, it is all recommended to create branches and so place the file specific to particular functionality in the specific branch so that you can easily manage the source code. Okay, Git is not just version controlling. I said there are two important terminologies. Git is version controlling tool, not only version controlling, source code management. Git is helping to manage the source code so that it makes more simple. You feel more comfortable. Developers feel more comfortable. The default branch of Git is master. The default branch of Git is master. So let's try to understand the concept of branching. Let's try to understand the concept of branching in more practical approach. Creating a folder in somewhere, I'm creating a folder called any name, folder name can be, I'm creating a new folder with the name project. Let's say developer has decided to save his files in the F drive project folder. It can be anywhere. It can be in F drive, it can be in desktop, it can be C drive, any location. So the first thing what I am doing is as this is a location where developer is decided to save his files, I will be converting the folder into working directory. And how we already know how to convert a folder into working directory. Git init. The folder gets converted into working directory, and we also know the observations. In the terminal, we'll get something called master. And then in somewhere in the we have a folder called .git. So we already have discussed about observe these observations. Now coming back to the explanation about the term called master, the moment you convert a folder, the moment you convert a folder into working directory by writing a command called git init, automatically a branch got created. The branch is called as master. By default, a branch gets created. The default branch of Git is master. Now the master branch is created. The moment you perform initialize the folder into working directory, the master branch is created. Now, when you create some files here, the files belongs to master branch because the default branch is master. So whenever you create some files, the files belongs to master branch. Okay, to make the concept simple, yesterday what I have seen last session, I have created files with the name 1.java, but 2.java, 3.java. But here what I'll do, I'll create the files from the terminal. So I create a file called F1, assuming F1 is a source code. It could be 1.java or 2.java, but here I'm mentioning the file as F1, assuming F1 is a source code. So I'm creating a file. Once the developer creates the files, what he'll do, he'll move it into staging area, and from the staging area, he wants to move it into local repository by creating a commit. I want to give a commit message as A. Developer created a file, F1, he moved it into staging area, assuming staging area, from the staging area, he moved it into local repository by creating a commit called A. Next, again, developer, again, in the next conference call, client has given the requirements. As per the new requirements, he has created few more source code, and he moves the source code into staging area. From the staging area, he moves into local repository by creating a commit called as B commit. Like this, developer keeps on developing the source code, and then he moves the files into staging area. From the staging area, he moves the files into the local repository by creating A commit as well as B commit. Next. Client has given requirement for a new functionality. Client has given requirement for the new functionality. When client gives the requirements for the new functionality, what the developer will do, developer, what he should do is he should create a new branch. Because the requirement is not for the same functionality, because the requirement is a different functionality, so he needs to create a new branch, assuming the name of the branch which I want to create is test. He needs to create a new branch and place the files in the new branch. Let's say I'm creating a file called, developer is creating a file called T1, and he moves into staging area. From the staging area, he moves into local repository. Again, let's say the name of the local repository, this time I write it as C. Developer creates again one more file called as T2. So he's creating the files related new functionality. So he's committing the files, let's say C, D, and creating an E commit. Clear? Perfect. So like this, as developer got requirement to create the code related to new functionality, he creates a new branch and places the files in the new branch. Again, this is what I want to showcase now. Let's see how exactly how developer creates a new branch, how exactly developer will move his control from one branch to other branch. Let's discuss about the practicals. Okay, already master branch has created. So what I'll do, I'll create a file called as F1. Look at the pictorial representation. That will be easy for you for a reference. So a developer is creating a file touch F1. The file got created, and friends, what is this file called as? This is an untracked file. You know that we already have discussed this. So what I'm doing here, git add dot, moving the files into the staging area. From the staging area, git commit -m. I'm creating a commit called as A commit. Next, developer created one more file touch F2. So this is again untracked file, git add dot. He's moving into staging area. From the staging area, he moves into local repository by creating a commit called as a B commit. Okay, now look at this. The terminal is pointing to master. That means this F1 and F2 are the files which are belonging to master branch. I hope you understood. Now client has given a requirement for new functionality. When client gives a requirement for the new functionality, what the developer needs to do? Developer needs to create a new branch. Yes, you are right. What's the name of the branch we are planning to create? Assuming that we are planning to create a branch called as test branch. How to create a new branch? What is the name of the branch we are planning to create? We are planning to create a new branch, and the name of the branch is test. How can we create a new branch? Look at the slide. If you want to create a new branch, git branch followed to the branch name is the command. Is a syntax which helps you to create a new branch. Okay, so I want to create a new branch. So the command is git branch followed to the branch name. The branch got created. Not just creating the branch, he should move the control from one branch to other branch. I need to move. Still, I'm pointing to master branch only. Branch got created. I have to shift my control from the master branch to the new branch called test. How can we move the control from one branch to other branch? To move the control from one branch to new branch, git checkout. Git checkout is a command which helps you to move the control from one branch to other branch. How to see list of all the branches? Git branch is a command which helps you to see list of all the branches. How many branches we are having? Git branch, one is the master branch, the other one is test branch. Star pointer pointing to current branch. It is indicating that the current branch is master. But you can also see there's one more new branch called test. I want to move my control from the master branch to test branch. So git checkout. Very easy to remember checkout, which helps you to check out to other branch. Which branch you want to move to? Test branch. Yes, now you're pointing to test branch. And you can also see the terminal you're getting something called test. This is a proof that you are now pointing to test branch. So when you create files now, when you create the files belongs to test branch. When you create some files belongs to test branch. So I want to create a file. What is the name of the file we are planning to create? T1. File got created. Git add dot git commit -m. What is the name of the commit? C commit. Creating one more file, T2. Decommit. Touch T3. And creating one more commit called ecommit. Like this, developer works on multiple functionalities. He creates the commit specific functionalities. Clear? Clear about this? Okay. Kumar, again. Can we have a talk?
Yes, Sunil.
How to see list of all the commits?
Log git log.
So right now I'm pointing to test branch. Am I right?
Yes.
Now when I write git log, let's say I want in one line. Okay, so happily I want write hyphen one line. How many commits I get? What's your expectation?
Since we are in test branch, I accept 3.
What are the commits? Z, C,
E,
D,
D,
E.
and E.
Yeah. So what your understanding is right. Actually, when as you are belonging to test branch, when you say git log, what you think that you get the commits of that particular test branch, and C, D, E are the commits which are belonging to test branch. Am I right?
Yes.
But interestingly, you get the commits of A and B also. Total, you will find all the 5 commits. Look at this. Interestingly, are you getting all the 5 commits A, B, C, D, E? So very important point we need to keep in note is that whenever a branch gets created, the commit history will be copied into the new branch. When a child branch gets created, the commit history will be copied into the new branch. What is the commit history? A and B is the commit history, isn't it? So those commits will be copied into the test branch. Clear? Clear about this?
Yes.
Now, now the developer is pointing to test branch. Now client has given a requirement for the first functionality. Client has given a requirement for the first functionality. Do you remember first functionality is nothing but the master branch? The first functionality is nothing but master branch. As the client has given the requirement for the first functionality, now he should check out from the tester to master. He should check out from test to master. Right now you're currently pointing to test branch. And you need to move from test branch to master branch because client is requesting you to develop the code related first functionality. Now, once you check out the first functionality, let's say developer is creating a file called as F3. Developer is creating a file called as F3 related to first functionality. Again, he moves into staging area. From the staging area, he moves into the local repository by creating a commit called as F commit. So let's do this first. Let's do this. So developer wants to switch checkout to master branch. Right now, developer is pointing to master branch. In the master branch, developer is creating a file with the name, let's say touch F3, the file got created. It's an untracked file. He moves it into the staging area. From the staging area, he moves it into the local repository by creating a commit called as fcommit. Okay. Now Kumar again, what is the result when developers wants to look at the commit history by writing git log -- one line? What is the expected result you are getting? You may get. Can you hear me, Kumar?
Yeah.
So what happens after creating fcommit when developer writes git log? What is the output you're expecting?
Mm, so ABN error.
1 minute, please. 1 minute. Yes, what's your result, Kumar? I'm back.
Okay. I expect is to be ABF, although we have a history of test ban, but it doesn't belongs to master.
So what you expect is A, B, and
F.
F, because A, B, and F are commits which are belonging to master branch, and we are now pointing to master branch. Let's check whether your expectations is correct or not. Git log -- one line as expected. You're getting A, B, and F. You're right. Okay, Kumar. So because when you create a child branch, the commit history is copied into child branch, but you are again back to master branch. You get the commits of that particular master branch only. That's how developer creates branches, moves from one branch to other branch, and then manages source code, places the source code in specific branches. Okay, clear, Kumar?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Maheshwara Kumar.
Yeah. Yes, Sunil. Yeah.
Good evening.
Good evening, Sunil. Yesterday
Your question.
I tried the practicals actually, but now the git add dot you are doing, am I right? So it is working, but if I do the git add dot one particular file one dot java means I'm getting some path error actually. Instead of project, I created a directory name is code actually.
Okay.
Some path related error it is giving. So
Did you?
Yeah.
First, you experiment in a local folder rather than the Microsoft folder. Okay. Test whether your local folder is working fine or then you can experiment on the
Same in the
MS.
C drive only I created C drive code actually.
Okay.
I
It
think
should work. Did you
I
do
think
configurations?
I think first I didn't did the configuration. I think
Mm-hmm.
git config I not given. Later on I did it.
Please. That's fine. Check whether the configurations are applied or not. You can check whether Git configurations are applied or not, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
But other things are,
Global -- list. You'll get the list of all the configurations, but you should be able to get it, Maheshwara. Okay.
yeah.
Please
But
try. Yeah.
other things are working. But git
Okay.
add dot the other git status and git commit everything is working. But only this command it is saying path is not supposed to correct.
Git add followed with the you are mentioning dot, right?
Yeah, it works perfectly. Yeah, that is working.
You're not. It's not working specific to file name. It's case sensitive. Check, make sure that the case is perfect. Huh?
Okay.
The file names, you should make sure that the file name should also be exactly matching.
Right.
Okay. Shika, how are you? You can unmute and talk.
Yeah, hello. Hi, Sunil.
Yes. Yes, Shika.
Yeah, I'm good. How are you?
Doing well. Yes. Your question, please.
Yeah, my question is
Clear
that
about the concept. Why? What exactly branching? How exactly branching
yeah.
helps? Why developer needs to perform branching? Because he works on multiple functionalities. So it's always good to uh, uh, divide the code. Okay. Logically, isn't it, Shika?
Yes.
And
Yes,
the more to make it more clear, sometimes what the client says that they want to just process the functionality one, the new functionality. They don't want to process the first functionality. They want to release the new functionality only. Okay. So
Okay.
as developer has divided the source code at the time of creation itself, so all the source code related to particular functionalities as it is in one branch, we can easily pull it and move that code into the pipeline, and using that pipeline we can release it and deliver it to the client. Okay, so
Okay.
that's what makes it easier. That's why it's always good to perform branching.
Branching.
Okay.
Okay. So my question is that when the child is the part of the master branch, so why master branch doesn't have the record for child commit?
Always, always when the
Yeah.
whenever a child branch gets created, the commit history will be copied into the child branch. Okay,
Yes.
got
Yeah.
it?
Yeah. That's I got
And those
you.
commits which are there in the child branch does not belong to master branch. Okay, because
Okay.
if that again that belongs to master branch, again you are clubbing the code, which we don't want. Okay,
Okay. Okay. Okay.
clear?
Just so that, yeah, got it.
Yes, yes. Okay,
So master and child, both are the separate branches here.
separate branches. You are right.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So, like I previously, I was thinking that child is the part of the master branch.
Don't
So,
think like that. It's not part of the master.
okay, though
Okay,
both are the separate branches.
separate functionalities. Okay,
Yeah. Yeah. That's fine. Okay. Okay. Thank you.
thank you, Shika. Vamsi Krishna. Your volume is very low. Could you please increase your mic volume? We cannot hear you, Vamsi Krishna. Hello. Sorry, we are unable to hear you. Arvind Gunda. Yes, Arvind.
If we again create a new branch like
Arvind,
test2.
I have missed you beginning. Please repeat from the beginning.
Yeah. Actually, as of now, we have 6 commits, right? So if at all now again in this situation, if we create a new branch, so and we say commit, new commit. So at that time, how many
No.
commits we get?
Now, when you create now at this situation, your point is when you're creating a new branch, right?
Yep.
Now, when I say you're creating a new branch, there are two cases. That new branch can be from the master branch. Okay. The new branch can be child of test branch. Okay.
Okay.
Clear? So it's up to you. The equation follows the same, Arvind. Okay.
Achha, okay.
Got it? So here you need to
Yes,
think
sir.
from the child and parent point of view. But remember this statement. Whenever you create a child branch, the commit history will be copied from its parent branch. Now, parent branch can be master or it can be other child branch also. Okay. Arvind?
Okay. And one more
Okay.
thing, like previously Maheshwar Reddy was talking, right? He was saying that when he used that add thing,
Okay.
single file, he
He's
said
getting some
that
error.
he was using add dot file name. He was saying, so we should be using add and file name only, right?
Yes. Yes. You Mahesh, I think better to follow the notes. Git add followed the file name. Okay. Okay. Any more questions, Arvind? Clear? Did I answer
Yeah,
your
no,
question?
nothing. Thank you so
Perfect.
much.
Okay. I want to continue a discussion with you, Arvind. Okay.
Yes,
Is that fine?
sure.
Okay.
Yes.
Currently, in which branch we are pointing to? Currently, in which
Master.
branch we are pointing to? It is very obvious that currently we are pointing to master branch. Okay. Sometimes developer thinks that they want to merge the child branch to the parent branch. Developer, if required, developer can merge
Yes.
the child branch to the parent branch. When developer merges the child branch to the parent branch, what happens subsequently is the commits which are belonging in the child branch will be added to master.
Main
When
branch.
the child branch is merged to its parent branch, the commits which are belonging in the child branch will be added to master in the linear fashion. What do you mean by linear fashion? In the order in which we have created the commit, in the same order,
Yes.
that gets be added into the master branch. Clear? This is what happens, Arvind, when a child branch is merged to the parent branch. Here the child branch name is test and the parent branch is master. So whenever you want to child, let's experience how exactly the child branch will be merged to the master branch. Okay, so whenever you want to merge the child branch to the right now, before merging, you can see here, as someone has said, we are getting only ABF. Because before merging, you're getting the commits of A, B, and F. Now after merging, the commits Z, D, and E also belongs to master branch. Let's experience it. Whenever you want to merge, we have a command called git merge. Look at this. To merge to the master branch, git merge followed to the branch name. Git merge followed to the branch name is a command to merge the branch. Which branch you want to merge? I want to merge the test branch. And very important point, whenever you want to merge the child branch, first your terminal should point out to master branch. You have to point out to parent branch and then merge the child branch. Yes, sir, I'm right. Now I am right now pointing to parent branch. As I am now pointing to parent branch, I can merge the child branch. How can we merge? By using the command called git merge followed to the branch name. Here it's obvious what is the branch name? Dest.
Yes.
Okay. So this helps you to merge the child branch to its parent branch. You get a pop-up. And don't worry about this pop-up, just :Q to get this particular pop-up message. The merging is done. As part of merging, what happens now, Arvind, the pictorial representation, the result of the branching, what happens is the C, D, and E will be now part of master branch. Now if you see git log, one line, are you getting A, B, as well as you're getting C, D, E? Got it?
Yes.
Previously,
Yes.
we are not getting C, D, E. Now, are you getting C, D, E? So this is what happens when developer wants to merge. When developer wants to merge the child branch to its parent branch, the commits which are belonging the child branch will be added in the linear fashion. That means somewhere in between B and F, the commits are getting added. Next point of observation. Arvind. What is head commit?
The most recent commit.
In our example, what is a head commit?
Yes.
In our example, what is the latest commit?
Yes, sir.
F commit. So we think that F is a head commit, isn't it? Interestingly, Arvind, please observe the after merging, when you see git log, after head, after F, there's one more commit. Okay. So important observation is whenever you merge the child branch to its parent branch, as part of merging activity, a new commit gets created.
Okay.
A new commit gets created as part of this particular event, and then that new commit will be the latest commit. That new commit will be the head commit. You may have a question, why exactly git is creating a new commit? Because you may never know, again developer will change his mind and then he wants to unmerge. Unmerge is nothing but he wants to roll back. Okay. So there should be some logical markings so that he can unmerge to other commits. Okay. So that's a different approach, but this is the option. This is what git helps in creating the branches and modulating the source code specific to particular branches. Okay, thank you, Arvind.
Thank you so much.
Yes, Sunil. Am I audible right now? Can I
it is
ask
better
a small
now.
question?
Yes, it is better now.
Yeah. Now, just you answered my question. Part of my question you answered right
What
now.
is your question?
Like if I merge the test into the master, what happens? That is my
Yes,
previous
yes.
question. Yeah.
So good that so mostly what is out of my experience, as there are many number of participants in a batch, most of the questions will be common questions, Vamsi. Okay.
Yes, yes.
80% definitely can be
Covered.
cleared, or
Yeah.
eventually by discussing with couple of participants, majority of the questions will be solved. Okay. Yes, Vamsi, your question.
Yeah. Now, say for example, if I want to roll back the F commit, is it possible right
you
now?
have to wait. You have to wait for 2 more days to explain you the concept of a rollback. Okay. Clear about this? Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, definitely, because Git is version controlling. It helps you to maintain different versions of the source code. We should also know how exactly Git helps in performing rollback. We'll see that practically.
Yeah. Thank
Obviously, that we can do it by using the commits. Okay.
you. Yeah.
Thank you. Okay. So we know what is the need for branching, and one more point. Vamsi Krishna again. Now tell me, it is whose responsibility to create branching? It is whose responsibility to move from one branch to other branch? It is whose responsibility to merge the child branch to the master branch? Do you think as a DevOps engineer we'll be doing this?
It's purely a dev decision.
Developer.
Yes.
Exactly.
Dev decision.
It's purely developers because they know whether they're creating the code for a new functionality or existing functionality. They have to modularize the code. Okay. Even though we will not do that, but we should not neglect this because DevOps engineers should have a complete exposure towards the roles and responsibilities of a development team as well as operations team. Even though we don't do this, Vamsi, we are not developers. It's not our responsibility to manage the source code, but still we have to know that because regularly you will have an interacting with the development team, regularly you will be interacting with the operations team. So you should have a complete exposure towards all the activities right from source code development to delivery. Okay. To have that complete cycle. So we'll be discussing all these points. Okay. But we should never neglect it. Yeah. Thank you. Okay. So we now understood the need for branching, and obviously it's a developer responsibility to create branches, check out branches, merge the branches. So fine. So we have discussed about branching. You have got some idea. We'll discuss more about branching when we are dealing about the tool called Jenkins, because mainly because when developers perform branching, the main advantage DevOps team will get is that sometimes the client says that we want to deliver, look at this. Client says that we want to deliver particular functionality to production, not the complete product. Agile methodology, iterative development. So client says that we want to let's deliver particular functionality to let's build and release it. As you are able to clutter, as you are able to modularize the code, as you have all the source code in one specific branch, we'll be using the tool called as Jenkins. Using this Jenkins tool, we will be passing the test branch as an input to Jenkins tool. Jenkins will pull that particular source code from that particular branch and trigger the Maven, that's called as a build tool, and get the artifact, and using that artifact, we'll deploy it into the production. Makes sense, isn't it, Vamsi Krishna? That's all can happen when developer performs branching at the development point.
Yes.
When developer is not at all perform any branching, then we cannot achieve this requirement, isn't it, Vamshi? Okay.
Yeah.
So I hope importance of branching you'll keep on understanding. Not only just branching, every tool has its own integration with other tools. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. So we had some discussion about branching. So I want to discuss about one more feature called as .git ignore file. Okay. What is this .git ignore file? Important from the interview point of view again. I want to start from the scratch. I want to delete the entire project folder. Let's start from the scratch. It can be folder name, can be anything, project or something like source code, whatever it is, that's not a problem. Okay. Vamsi, can we have a discussion again? Is that okay with you? Can we have a discussion again? Is that okay with you, Vamsi? Vamsi Krishna.
Yeah. Yes, please.
Okay. Let's say I'm a Java developer.
Okay.
Somewhere in my F drive, let's say I have created source code folder. As it is a Java code, I am saving it as one.java. How many files I have created? Krishna, Vamsi Krishna, 5 files.
5 files.
Isn't it? Yeah. By default, every file is an untracked file. Agree? Is it?
Agree. Yes.
We have seen that in the rest. Okay. Okay. Before going to that untracked file staging area local repository, as it is a Java technology, if you know it or not, that's not a problem. Whenever a Java code is compiled, a .class file will be created.
Yes.
Agree? So developer obviously once the code is developed, he obviously compiles the code, isn't it? So as there are 5.java files, there will be 5.class files. Do you agree with me?
Yeah.
So let's create .class files. One .class. Total 10 files.
Yeah.
Let's sort by types of easy understanding. 5.java files and 5.class files. Perfect. Okay. Now what the developer will do, as per the concept what we know, every file is considered. Git does not know whether it is .class or .java. Is it the Git tool behavior is the same with respect to technology. In any technology, it could be Java code or .NET code or a Python code. Vamsi, the behavior is the same. Now when I open the terminal, try to understand. When I open a terminal, in the sense developer opens a terminal and he converts the folder into working directory, and then he sees the status of the file. All the files are untracked files because every file is now considered as an untracked file. Now what the developer needs to do? Developer should move the files into the staging area. From the staging area, developer should move the files into the local repository. Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. As per Git, local repository should have pure source code. Source code is nothing but 5 files only. Local repository should not have machine generated files or files as part of compilation, log files. Irrespective of technology, some files will be generated. Okay, so local repository should finally refer to pure source code. So this means developer should not move all the files into staging area. He should move only the 5 files into the staging area. From the staging area, he should move the files into the local repository.
Right.
That means how many files he should ignore? He should ignore 5 files. What files he should ignore? He should ignore the files with extension .class. Okay. How individually moving one and every file is a tedious job, isn't it, Vamsi? Okay, assuming 5 files. Okay, if there are 100 files, if there are 100 Java files, there will be 100 .class files. Individually, how to move each and every file is it's tedious job. So to facilitate that process, there is a special file called as a .gitignore file. The file name is .gitignore file. So using this .gitignore file, developer can ignore the files what he wants. In our case, what files developer should ignore? Developer should ignore all the files with the extension .class. So what he needs to do, he needs to create a special file, and the file name should be .gitignore file. So I am creating a special file. As per Git concept, there's a special file, and the file name is .gitignore. How to create a file? We know we have VI editor which helps you to create a file, isn't it? So I'm writing a file .gitignore file. In this .gitignore file, developer should mention what files should be ignored. So look at this. I'm going to insert mode. I'm using a wildcard character star.class.
Yeah.
I'm using star.class. The meaning is I want to ignore the files with extension
.class.
:wq to save and quit. So as I have mentioned the .class file in the .gitignore file, Git starts ignoring the .class files. Now if you see Git status, what you're able to see, only
5
.java files. Git
Java.
is ignoring
remaining 5 class
.class
files.
files. Yes, exactly. And is .git ignore is also file. Even that is also considered as an untracked file, isn't it? But
Yes.
does it make any difference with respect to, because it's a hidden file, isn't it? So it does not make any difference with respect to build activity. But .git ignore file facilitates the developers to ignore the files as per the requirement. Now what he can do, he can go to git add dot, he moves it into the staging area.
Yes.
Git commit -m, he moves it into the local repository. That's it.
Yeah.
Now git status, everything is fine. We have achieved it. Now local repository is having the pure source code and the machine generated files or files as part of compilation, log files, whatever the technology other than source code. How in the interview they'll ask you how developers will make sure only the few source code will be moved it into the local repository by ignoring the machine generated files or log files or files as part of compilation process. So to facilitate that in Git, we have a special file called as .git ignore file. Yeah. Clear about this? Am I clear how exactly developer can ignore the unnecessary files and filter it and move forward only the pure source code to the local repository?
Yes.
Clear. Okay. This is what we have planned for. This is our agenda for today's session. Today we have understood the need for branching, how developers will create the branching and the need for branching. How can we move from one branch, developers move from one branch to other branch. What happens if a new branch gets created? Very important, the commit history will be copied into the new branch. And we also know if required, developers can merge the child branch to the parent branch. Okay. And we also have discussed about a special file called as .git ignore file. Okay. So before finishing off, let's have a discussion as usual. Hi Sabarish, how are you doing? Nice to see you.
Fine, sir. How are you?
Doing well.
I just had some doubts, sir.
Yep.
Now, I have a master branch and I'm creating 2 other branches. Okay. So
one minute. So when I say 2, pictorial representation is important.
Yeah.
This is master.
Yeah.
You have some commits in the master.
Yeah.
You have one child branch.
Yes.
Now what's the second branch? Second child branch, you're pointing somewhere here?
Yeah, somewhere there. Yes.
Okay.
So my doubt is when I'm going to the second branch and I'm using the second branch.
1 minute. Let's say this is
test 1 and test 2.
Test 1. This is test 2. Okay. Yes, tell me.
So when I'm going to the second branch, that is test 2, and then I am showing my files. When I'm showing the log, the commits, it will show.
Wait. You're pointing to test 2 and you want to see list of commits which are there in the test 2.
Yeah.
Okay. All
so I
as
won't get
per,
the test
as per
one,
the
right?
as you will not get test 1 because test 1 is not parent.
Yeah. Okay. Got it.
What is the parent of test 2?
Master.
Yeah. So commits from the parent will be copied, not from the sibling. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Sir. And one more thing is you can change the parent or you can't change it. That's just a doubt.
Why do you need to change the parent?
I want
parent is fixed. Master is fixed.
And my last doubt, sir.
Yep.
So now if I want to merge test 1 and test 2, so first you have to go to test 1.
Merging happens from child to parent. That's it.
Okay.
Merging happens from child to parent, not child to child. Okay. Always you should pull the branch from the parent. You should pull the child branch. Okay. Clear?
Yeah, got it, sir. That's all, sir.
That's why pictorial representation is important. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Swarup Chandra. Good evening.
Hi, Sunil. Yep. How are you doing?
Doing well, thank you. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. My question is, for example, like two developers are working on one side. So if there is a conflict,
two developers working on?
Two developers are working, for example, like if there is if the merging, when you do the merging, right?
Okay.
So if there is conflict between the codes, and if
conflict happens when the files are uploaded into a centralized location. Got it?
Yeah.
Isn't it? As long as the files are available in their local repository, there is no conflict. Swarup, am I right? Conflict occurs when both the file developers are maintaining the same file name and both the developers when pushes the code into the remote repository, there comes the need for a conflict. Okay, we'll see that when we introduce about the remote repository.
All right.
Got it? Next.
Yes.
Anything more?
No, I'm good, thanks. That's the only question I just need.
May I know your location and your experience?
I'm basically from New Zealand at the moment.
Okay.
And I work for the New Zealand Navy. And I'm a petty
IT
officer.
department?
Yeah, petty officer. I work in the ships.
Okay, okay. Which
So
platform?
I'm a petty officer for the information technology and cybersecurity.
Okay, okay.
So
any specific reason why are you inclined towards DevOps?
Main reason is like we were updating our own systems. So our ship logs will be different. So I can't provide another details on what we use in it because confidentiality, all right?
Yeah, okay.
So we are trying to move into the cloud sector.
Cloud platform. Yeah,
cloud platform.
Yeah.
And so like
that's
last
how
time
the industry is. Every client one time or other moves to cloud. Okay. Cloud is becoming more and more affordable because of the competition, Swaroop, and cloud is having much more advantages when compared to on-premises. So one day or other, eventually every client moves on to cloud. The moment client moves on to cloud, to get the best of the cloud advantages, they use DevOps methodologies in their product development. Okay.
Yeah, true. Last time we had an incident. That's why we don't want to do any other risk. We were in the ship in Canada, and there was an fire accident in the ship. So it was very close to our server room. So what happened is like the fire just went into the server room and it started burning off, and all the sensors started burning, and we losing a lot of data. And we were right in the middle of the sea, so we can't do anything.
Oh my God. Okay.
So we head back. It took 8 months to come back.
Okay. Now you don't want to take any more risk. Okay.
No, we don't want to take any more risk on that.
Okay. Good. Thank you, Swaroop. I hope you have enjoyed good learning exposure. Okay. Thank you.
All right. Thanks, bye.
Okay. Thank you, team. Thank you, friends. Thank you for today's session. We are done with agenda for today's session. Tomorrow's concepts, we'll understand the concept of rebase, which is very important feature of Git, and we will have many advantages of rebase. Stay tuned for tomorrow's class. Thank you. Bye, everybody. Thank you all.